Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. We are going to go over the changes to some underused and overused exotic armor pieces coming in Season 21. We are going to start with Hunters, then Titans, then Warlocks. So first up for Hunters is Sealed Ahamkara Grasps. Will now reload the magazine of all of your weapons when you defeat a target with your powered melee, and for 5 seconds after dealing melee damage, you gain increased movement speed and jump height. I have never used this exotic, so I don't know if this makes it any better or not. Arthas's Embrace will gain additional strength, while the exotic's weighted knife damage bonus is active. Also, have never used this exotic, but I think I have seen some crazy kills with the weighted knife in PvP with this exotic equipped. But additional strength seems like a good change so you can get your knife back quicker. Oathkeeper. When fully drawn, bows gain a bonus to damage against combatants that increases as you hold the draw, but deactivates after a few seconds. They said that the original design was to keep the fully drawn damage from bows as long as you held down the trigger, but it leads to slow gameplay, so that is the reason for this change. Honestly, that seems like a fair change, especially for those who use it in PvP. You can't just stand in the corner and hold the bow down for, the whole match or something. Raiju's Harness. When deactivating your Arc Staff Super, you create a blinding explosion that temporarily increases your arc weapon damage. However, blocking with Whirlwind Guard will no longer consume energy more slowly. I don't think this change is any better because the buff comes from deactivating your super rather than using it. If you want additional arc damage, you could just use arc surge mods in your leg piece to get the damage bonus and use something else like Radiant Flux with arc staff. I don't know, Rage's Harness is kind of just I don't know, I don't think this change is really gonna do anything for this exotic. Radiant Dance Machine. Kills while your free dodge is active extend the duration of free dodging. No longer deactivates when you get too far away from enemies. Deactivates after using Suspending Slam. Never used this exotic either, but from glancing at it, it definitely seems like a better change. I guess I don't know, you will have to let me know. Stompies. Removed airborne effectiveness penalties. You only gain increased speed, slide distance, and improved jumping while your dodge energy is full. I have never used this exotic except for when my hunter needed an extra help in jumping sections, so I don't mind this change, but I think a lot of people in PvP do use this exotic, so this can be a way to deal with how dominant it is in PvP, but I think this is generally a pretty good change. Mask of Bacchus. Changed to use a tier 4 non-stacking weapon damage bonus, which behaves the same as the non-stacking damage bonuses provided by Surge mods. Damage bonus increased in PvE from 10% to 25% and now grants a 6% bonus to weapon damage in PvP. No longer stacks with Surge leg armor mods, but provides a larger bonus that can be achieved with 3 such mods equipped. I do use this exotic for my Stasis Hunter, but I hardly ever use Stasis on Hunter, so I'll have to check this change out to see how much better it is. Next, we're going through Titan. Point Contact Brace. Lightning strikes now jolt targets. Increased PvE damage per lightning bolt from 50 to 200. Being amplified now increases the damage of the lightning strikes by 50% instead of extending their range. I have never used this exotic, and I honestly didn't know what this exotic did until I looked it up, but this change is interesting and I'll be looking forward to potentially trying it out. Maybe try to see if I can make a build for it or something, or just try to make it work in general. No backup plans. This is a complete rework, replacing the old functionality entirely. Now provides a moderate benefit to the airborne effectiveness and reload speed of shotguns. While you have a void overshield, shotguns deal additional damage and shotgun final blows refresh your overshield. While using a void subclass, rapid shotgun final blows or defeating a powerful enemy with a shotgun grants you a void overshield and kicks off your health regeneration. That seems like a PvP exotic more than anything, to me at least, but I can see where it can be used in PvE, but this sounds like a nightmare to play against, especially with those players who shotgun rush. Second chance. Shield throw melee now weakens enemies. Sending a barrier champion with the shield throw melee grants a single full melee charge. This seems like a pretty good change. Nothing to say much really here. It's definitely like a bump up, but I just don't think this change is really gonna make it any better or make people want to use it more. Stronghold. Replace the healing from blocking shots precisely with significant damage reduction. 50% in PvE, 10% in PvP, while blocking with a sword. When you stop blocking, gain restoration times 2 with a duration that increases based on the number of shots you blocked. This is also a pretty good change, but I still don't think I'll be using this as much because I'm not really a huge sword user. So I think this is a good change, but unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm going to be using this. Eternal Warrior. Rapid takedowns with an arc weapon grant an escalating bonus to arc weapon damage using the same non-stacking damage bonuses used by Surge mods. This can go all the way up to the tier 4 damage bonus, granting a damage bonus of 25% in PvE and 6% in PvP, providing a larger bonus that can be achieved with 3 Surge mods equipped. While at the tier 4 damage bonus, arc kills refresh the bonus's duration. After your Fist of Havoc super ends, you gain the tier 4 damage bonus. This seems like a huge win for Eternal Warrior. I wonder how much damage Cold Heart can do now when it is paired with this exotic or any other arc weapons. I will definitely be giving this exotic a try. This is a really big change for this exotic. Kepri's Horn. Solar damage wave now scorches targets. Nice addition to the exotic. We'll have to try it out, see if we can cause some ignitions with this exotic, but nothing too crazy here, nothing to really say much. Path of the Burning Steps. Change to use the non-stacking weapon damage bonuses used by Surge mods. This can go all the way up to the tier 4 damage bonus, granting a damage bonus of 25% in PvE and 6% in PvP, providing a larger bonus that can be achieved with 3 Surge mods equipped. While at the tier 4 damage bonus, Solar kills refresh the bonus's duration, becoming encased immediately grants you the tier 4 damage bonus. I thought this exotic was already in a good spot, but I guess this makes it at least something pretty good to use in general if you are running solar weapons. Dune Marchers. Reduce the range of the chain damage from 20 meters to 12 meters and PvP damage from 85 to 50. Thank God for this change. Pretty good change here. I always get killed from so far away whenever someone is using this in PvP. It was just so broken. Most of the times I get killed through walls and stuff, and I just have no idea how I got killed in the first place. Finally, the Warlocks. Vesper of Radius. Your rifts emit an arc shockwave every 5 seconds that deals damage, 200 in PvE and 70 in PvP. Enemies defeated by these shockwaves explode for an additional 100 damage, and if you have an arc subclass equipped, also blind nearby enemies. Pretty cool change here, and could potentially be fun using. The shockwave kinda is like a pulse grenade, is what it sounds like. So, I don't know. Could be fun to use. I'd definitely have to try it out when it comes, when the changes come through, and see if I can get something going with it. Chromatic Fire. Increase the radius and damage of the explosion created by precision kinetic takedowns. The explosion also applies a status effect to targets damaged by it, depending on which subclass you have equipped. Blind for Arc, Scorch for Solar, Slow for Stasis, Sever for Strand, Weaken for Void. This is a pretty big change. I might consider running it sometime. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good change. It's a step up. I just don't know if I'll use it, but I'll in like end game stuff. But I'll definitely be using it just to mess around and have some fun with it. Who knows? Maybe there's some crazy build or something that can be made from this. Dawn Chorus. Daybreak projectiles damage bonus has been increased and no longer is reliant on the enemy being scorched. This is a pretty good change here because you mostly use Daybreak to kill a lot of targets, so the Scorch really doesn't help here because you're killing everything with the Dawn Blade swipe or whatever in the first place in one hit anyways. So the Scorch was kind of useless. I mean, I guess it was good for applying Scorch to a boss, but the super really isn't a boss killer or anything either, so I think this is a pretty good change here. Sanguine Alchemy. Standing in a rift grants a non-stacking bonus to weapon damage matching your subclass damage type. This damage bonus is the equivalent of 2 Surge like mod, 17% PvE, 4.5% PvP. This is a good change, but with how strong Well of Radiance is, I don't think this will still be used that much unless I'm not fully understanding something here with the whole damage stacking thing. Laws of Ahamkara. Powered melee kills create an orb of power. When heavy-handed mods are equipped, increases the potency of the orb spawn. No more than one orb can be spawned per enemy takedown. A good start, but I still don't think this is enough for it to be used. I'm probably still not going to use this exotic. Mantle of Battle Harmony. Weapon bonus damage changed to tier 4 when super is fully charged, increasing damage bonus in PvE from 20% to 25% and reducing the damage bonus from 15% to 6% in PvP. No longer stacks with Surge Leg Armor mods, provides a larger bonus that can be achieved with 3 such mods equipped. Damage bonus only applies to weapons that match your subclass damage type and now stacks with Empowering Rift and other similar damage bonuses. Extended base duration of this bonus from 6 seconds to 10 seconds in PvE and 3 seconds to 5 seconds PvP. Again, feels like the same situation with Sanguine Alchemy. I would just be using Well of Radiance anyways. Ophidian Aspect, remove the extended melee range. Nothing to say here, really never used this exotic that much anyways, but this feels like a PvP change more than anything. Prometheum Spur, grants Rift energy for any solar weapon takedown, with more energy granted for solar weapon takedowns while standing in a rift. Also, you now have to be standing in a rift when you get a final blow for the exotic to consume your class ability energy and create a rift at the target's location. Interesting change here, but I will have to try it out and see how it plays out. Starfire Protocol. Reduce the amount of energy gained per instance of damage from 20% to 2.5%. Empowered weapon kills now grant 20% grenade energy. This change was something that was going to happen eventually. This exotic just made doing damage with rockets insanely good. Pretty sad, but a well-deserved change. Now the question is, will rockets still be a pretty good boss DPS option with this change, or will something else rise to power from this? Those are all the changes coming to some of the exotic armor pieces in Season 21, and man, the Starfire Protocol nerf was probably the biggest change we saw, and also the Eternal Warrior buff. Those are the two I'm most surprised about, but I am looking forward to the Eternal Warrior buff because I just want to see how good Cold Heart will go with it. That is going to be it for this video. Tell me what you guys are excited for, or if I completely overlooked one of these changes, tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.